What's up, it's ZEALS. It's been a while. I apologize. I've been just enjoying my time playing this game 18, 19 hours a day, every day. Putting in 1,500 hours over the last 3 months on the Korean server. I just finished my stream. We talked about this tweet that I woke up to. And I'm just going to pretty much repeat what I said over at Twitch, my take on it. And before I start this talk, I've been streaming this game almost every day since NDA Alpha, and we've waited. Some of us since day one have been waiting on stream together for this release. Once I have seen the live stream from the main director for Lost Ark Korea, the 5-hour stream, as well as once I have played through the alpha, I have made a decision in my channel to stop videos for every other game that I was going to cover in the future or that I did in the past, giving up a 6-figure job to cover Lost Ark. I want you to, it's not a brag, I just want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not some Amazon loyalist. I'm not getting paid by them. I've not taken a cent from any gaming company in my YouTube career. I just want to preface that I have given up a 6-figure job to play Lost Ark, cover it, research the shit out of it, love the crap out of it, like I fell in love with the game that I fell in love with back in 2018, so that I properly cover this game once it comes out. Okay, so let me just preface that. So I have every right to be angry, but I am not angry, and I'll be okay. As content creators, come on, don't kid yourselves. We knew the risks. We knew it may be delayed. I've talked about this in the last two streams. I just bumped my fucking elbow. In the last 2 streams, we talked about the breadcrumbs leading up to this moment of this delay. Lost Ark was not featured. We were not featured in Gamescom. They set summer for beta, closed beta test, officially summer. And summer is dwindling down. We expected something maybe mid-August, late August. And then as time passed, it turned into late August. And today, on September 1st, I thought it's either Wednesday or Monday, they were going to drop some news. And they have finally given us news. So, let's read this again. Back in June, we held our closed technical alpha test, inviting testers to venture into Arcasia to experience this version of Lost Ark for the first time. It was well received for those that have played it for the first time, as well as for those that have played it in Korea or Russia. Following technical alpha, we have been working hard, translating walls of text, which there are tons of, squashing bugs. Now, before I keep going on, this is a perspective coming from a Korean player, okay, that communicate with other Korean players as well as those that speak English as well. Spending long hours in the recording studio and preparing the server infrastructure behind the scenes, while delving into all the great feedback and data generated by our alpha and reviewing recent changes to the Korean version. This is the most important sentence that we want to include in our release. We discovered a lot more work that will be needed to launch Lost Ark at the high quality bar our players deserve. This is very important. As players have been waiting for so long, we want to take the time to do it right, while also ensuring we look after the wellness of our hardworking Amazon Games and Smilegate teams. Yes, they are working together. They have publicly said this. With that in mind, we've made the tough decision to push the launch of Lost Ark to early 2022. Okay, the next paragraph is pretty much talking about the closed beta test, confirmed from November 4th to 9th. Now, one complaint I 100% back and agree with on stream. Beta is quite short, and it starts on a Monday and ends on a Saturday. Not everyone is a degen like me who just stays at home, plays games 19 hours a day. So I wish this was extended to, you know, at least 7 days. I don't want a long beta where people burn their nuts off. I mean, betas nowadays are mostly for advertising their product, getting it out there, get the talk around town. So 5 days, I don't know, it's still too short, dude. Like, you gotta include the weekends. So I guess, you know, follow me on YouTube, Twitch, whatever, and we'll maybe push for something better. Yeah, I'll start emailing them more about this stuff. And third paragraph, while we have been relatively quiet so far, they want to improve on the quality and frequency of our communications. That is one of the other reasons why I left other games, because the company was just either too greedy or lack of communication or just not humble enough, not willing to accept mistakes. Yeah. Like, for example, Lost Ark in Korea, Smilegate, they're willing to own up to the mistakes. They're willing to, yeah, they put themselves out there and apologize in public repeatedly, and are ashamed of their past mistakes or their tests that haven't gone well. So they want to increase their communication. In November, we will be fully operational to support our beta testers and content creators. That is great. Some content creators are, you know, expecting this game to blow up and expecting to cash out. And I understand it's their job. So, you know, I'm very transparent about this. But for me, like I said, I gave up a six-figure thing to come over here, and I won't be paid for what, the next foreseeable 6 more months. And am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay, because I planned ahead. Shit happens. Nothing goes as planned in life. As always, thanks for your support. Okay, so there weren't any real apologies, I guess. They just owned up to their lack of communication. They got to work on that. That is the step towards the right direction. Now, why aren't they openly stating, ZEALS, that, you know, it's because of New World? Because, I mean, if you're pretty intelligent, you could read between the lines, right? Gamescom, nothing announced. New World announced. New World, what is it? New betas being announced. So what happened with New World is the closed beta, I guess, didn't go too well. The feedbacks were not too positive. I don't think overall there were a lot of angry content creators, but they just said that some things were missing. Some things needed working on. It's too early. And instead of ignoring those feedbacks, instead of saying, we're too big to fail, Amazon listened, and they're going to try to improve the game. Now, I don't know how much a month or 2 or 3 is going to really do for them, but at least they're trying to do something. Maybe they're allocating resources into it. I have no idea. I did work for a corporate for many years, and I know how things work behind the scenes. So I'm just going off my experience from that. So they had a lot of internal meetings where, you know, Team Lost Ark, they may be ready, but because Team New World's not ready, they may have to, you know, delay the whole project for both of them, because they are the same entity, they are the same company. And you can't be like, okay, one fail, one destined to succeed. They already know that Lost Ark is going to pretty much succeed. They're quite certain of it. They have talked about this with Smilegate, with the main director. He's also talked about it openly. I don't know if you guys caught that. There was a part in the 5-hour stream where he talked about this, but here it is if you haven't heard it. Anyways, yeah, so going back to what I was saying, it has, of course, something to do with New World, okay? It obviously does. It doesn't even have to be stated. It's not even a meme anymore. It's not some conspiracy theory. It's just the fact. No company is going to, you know, let one child or a project die while the other succeeds. They want both to do well. If New World does well, Amazon, their image gets better. Right now, their image is so bad, they don't give a shit about this delay too much. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of frowning and things internally, but overall, they moved on. They expect all the angry tweets and the angry, furious videos, okay? They're already at a low. It only goes up from here for them. So they want New World to be a banger that gives Amazon a good image so that people transition into Lost Ark as well. If New World was a disaster, right, because they released it early without any effort, even if they delayed it and it's a disaster, that's, you know, it's obviously still on them, but they at least made an effort to do something in the small amount of time they have, and they're gonna release it. And if it does well, then like I said, Amazon is gonna have a good name going into Lost Ark. On the other hand, if they did rush it and it is a disaster, their image is not going up anywhere. It's just gonna, you know, stay being at the rock bottom, and that's gonna transition into Lost Ark, where people are like, oh, it's from Amazon, without even touching or trying the game. Because it says Amazon, they might not even try it. So I think delaying it is overall better for Amazon as well as for Lost Ark. Now, the part about the Korean version, recent changes made to the Korean version. I showcase this all the time on Twitch. The new patch, Nostalgia, that launched in July 7th. And there's a lot of people saying the game's been out for years, the game is finished, what's going on? You had 2 years, 3 years, whatever, 7 years, all these numbers. But the patch just launched in July 7th. It's a massive patch. It's a couple gigs. There's a lot of system revamps, changes, removing the old style, not the old style, but the old system of upgrades, the hidden mechanics where they nerf your attack power or damage. Like when you enter a raid or a dungeon you're not supposed to be in, but the game doesn't tell you you're not supposed to be in there. You're doing like literally no damage, so you don't know what the hell is going on. So it's a very bad experience compared to what we got now. Now is the best of the best it can be on the Korean version. Like I consider the Russian server a meme. I don't consider Russia, the country, a meme. I consider that patch to be a meme compared to what we have currently in Korea. It's not a national thing. It's the patch number thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. For those that are content creating over at Russia or making or playing on Russian server, don't get me twisted here. I'm just saying your patches all outdated. Your guides are outdated. Korean patch is where it's at. It's all nice. And these systematic changes how you do daily. Some daily islands change. They're no longer like a spawn timer based. They're just always there. Some things that you could just complete in a day. There's just so many things to go over, as well as new quest cutscenes and things like that could come later on. But once again, this could be a blanket statement or it could be the truth. Whatever it is, I want the Korean version. It is the best version. It is way better for the free-to-play players, way better for the new users, people that are not veterans of this game, that do not know all the hidden mechanics and ins and outs. This is the way to go. The Korean version is at its finest, and this game is not done. It is constantly being updated. There are still bugs in raids that were fixed today, and yeah, updates to improve the UI. As the main director said in Korea, the game is dated. They had a graphical update this year, graphic revamp this year. They're adding more classes at the end of the year called the Alchemist. Not 100% sure, but that is what's to come. We have the fall roadmap on the work, as well as the winter in the plans. So there are it's a living project that needs a lot of time to translate into English, as well as Italian, Spanish, German. Okay, we're going with the European release here. Who's gonna do that? Which company? If I was employed to do this, I wouldn't even want to go to work to do this. Not only do I have to be like a manager to program like which voice actress for which lines, they gotta rewatch the Korean scene and then make sure the tone and everything is correct during this COVID pandemic. Anyways, long story short, I'm not trying to just defend the game or the company. They may need more time actually, not just because of New World. The New World thing is a certainty at this point. They need more time. They're not gonna launch Lost Ark and New World at the same time. Business wise, it makes no sense. Okay, logically it makes no sense. They want both to succeed. Even Elon, when he had to choose between sacrificing one company to make a new one into a much bigger one, he did not sacrifice it. It's just business. And why is business even here in gaming? Because gaming is business now. It is a very big lucrative field to make money. So yeah, they're in debt. Amazon, I'm so tired of seeing the meme. Amazon is a $1 trillion company. I don't think people know the meaning of conglomerate, the word conglomerate. Okay, Lost Ark, Amazon Games isn't a $1 trillion company. All right, they're just a part of Amazon. They're probably in debt right now. Okay, from all the cost of developing New World and funding the team, as well as getting the publishing rights from Smilegate for Lost Ark, as well as doing all this translation work, voice actor, voice actress, and all this stuff. I cannot talk about the alpha, NDA, but yeah. So things need fixing, okay? But just because it's like the same thing, I mentioned this on stream. It's the same thing with the iPhones, right? Why, if they're a $1 trillion company, Apple, where is the 120 hertz refresh rate for the screens for the last year's iPhones? Why are they being delayed? And why did they not announce that delay until the last minute, just like Amazon is doing now? It's just all corporate, guys. And you know, at the bottom line, they gotta make money, and they're not gonna make money with the crappy product. So they need some more time, and it sucks. Sucks to wait all this time. Sucks to be hyped, and we're in this position right now. Sucks to be me. Sucks to be whatever other content creator who, you know, thought they're gonna go to the moon with this, or they wanted to have a stable YouTube career or whatever, and didn't see this coming. Whatever. Yeah, it sucks. To be honest, I don't care about the financials. I just want this game to be as good as the Korean version, because I am enjoying myself so much that I'm willing to give up a 6-figure job. I'm willing to put 19 hours a day into this game and enjoy it. There's that much content that needs to be translated, as well as that much content that needs to be perfected for the launch for NA and EU. Okay? I want my gaming experience to be as good as your gaming experience. And if they need that time to get all their corporate shit figured out, okay, so be it. The anger will come when the day arrives and I install the game and the patch and the gaming experience is worse than what I'm experiencing now because of the corporates, okay? But until then, I am not too angry, okay? I want to see what happens first. I want a game that is not inferior to what I'm playing now, but equal, if not better. If it's a little bit behind, okay, that's all right. But as long as, if they're taking the time to make the game as good as now in Korea, if not better, then sure, do what you need to do, Amazon. But please mark our words. If it's way worse, we're getting the Russian or the Japanese treatment, or we're getting the old outdated stuff or something like that, something goes wrong with something, you're gonna hear it from me.